Hi everyone, so it's been a while since I created the last video. So what I thought I would do today is create a video talking you through the database, Logseq database mode version, just whilst that's going under pre-alpha testing. So a few select group of users are testing it out, reporting bugs. These are being tweaked by the devs. But what we can do in the meantime is play around with it just by going through the link which is up here, and I'll post it in the description below. And we can actually play with it ourselves and to see what it would look like, get some idea of functionality, how it's going to change from the current version, and the new features and benefits that it comes with. So what we'll do, I've just navigated to this link. We will click on the top up here, and we'll just do a add new graph DB version. So we'll click on that, and we'll call it test 1, and we'll submit. And obviously just keep in mind what you see here and when you play around with it is likely not to be the final version, because as I say, they're still going through it, the devs, they're changing it, they're updating it, tweaking it, improving it still, but it at least allows us to get an idea of what it looks like. So once you do that, you get to the new database graph, which is test 1 in this case. And what we can do is journals page. So this should be very familiar to Logseq users. It's the same as it's always been. It's the journal page. I can write, indent again, etc., etc. So nothing's changed here. If I scroll in or click on the bullet point, it zooms in. If I go back, if I create a page called yesterday, that does the same thing. And no changes there. The one thing that I did notice is that it also still scrolls, so that's functionality is as is currently, so no real changes there. So what we'll do is, to test out the properties, what I thought would be the easiest way is try and see how we used to do it in the previous versions and how we might change that in the current version and the benefits that come with the DB version. So what I will do is I'll just create a template page, and we'll click to that. So again, nothing new. And what we'll do is we will create a books, just to go through a couple of books just to show you the database. So we've got now hashtag books. You will see you have a new class and a new page. Previously, we only had new page. This new class comes with the DB version, and it basically allows us to create a super tag sort of tag so that we can input properties. And whilst we used to be able to do that with the semicolon, creating a template, creating a page, in the instance we used to be able to do author and then put in whatever the name was. Now what we can do is we can create a super tag type of element. So you see when I click new class, it actually pushes or locates the books tag or class to the right hand side, and we'll click on that and we're brought to this page. So similar sort of layout, books. Not too sure this section here, what's it meant to be. Is it just going to show me all of the pages which link to this books tag? I'm not too sure yet, so still playing around with it, but we shall see what comes out of that at the end. But at least we can see a bit of timestamps, so what time it was created, when it was last updated. And I know that's a feature that's been asked quite frequently in the Discord of can we see when certain bullets were created and not. So that should hopefully help. But more interestingly is if I hover over the books title, we have this new pop-up called configure, which we definitely didn't have and don't have in the current version. And if I click that, it will pop up this thing, which is where we can put the properties associated with this class, in essence a super tag. So what we can do is we will create a few just as an example. We'll create a property. You've obviously got a few system ones which are already here. We'll ignore these for the time being. We'll create a new one called title of the book maybe, and we'll put that, and obviously now it pops up text, number, different schema types that you can input. We'll use text for this one, and you can then click on it some more and tweak it further, add a description, hide by default, where it sits on it. I'm not going to go through all of these because I'm not too sure how much these will change in the final version, but just to give you an idea, it is possible to configure the property. We'll then do just a few more. Maybe we'll do a pages one, just a number of pages. So we'll do new and we'll put a number, and then we'll do maybe a date started, and we'll call that a date. The status. This one I have to use the one that they predefined, so let me click on that. The predefined one comes up as a text. I'm not interested in text, so what I'll do is I will tweak this to actually be a checkbox. So there you can see you can edit it, and then that changes up here. And maybe one more, we'll do author. And what we'll do this time is we will do an object called author. Let's see if this works. So I want my author to be from a list of authors, which will be in my database. So let's see if that works when we get to it. So author didn't seem to appear here for some strange reason. Let's try that again. Okay, maybe because it's empty. We'll give that a shot. Let's try something. Let's go here. So it appears here. Let me try if I do author. That comes up here, fine. Let's click on that. Let's do configure, and what we'll do is we will do name of the author. This might be redundant, but let's just give it a try. And let's just leave it to the name for the time being. So what we've done is we've created two classes, if you will, or super tags, a book one and an author one. So, and you can see here, this is the kind of template that we would typically have to do previously, in the sense that we would have to go to a page, create a template, allocate the properties that we wanted to see from that template, and then we apply that template to the pages. So hopefully, with this new database version, there should be a few shortcuts. But the strange thing is, if I go here, okay, so what I want is I want the author, and the good thing is you can reposition these. So I want author title first, author second, date started, maybe third, then pages, and status, although status as a checkbox might be redundant, but I should just leave it for the time being. Okay, so that's that. Now what we'll do is we'll go back to the journal page and let's see this bad boy in action. Let's create a slow productivity. That will be a new book, fine. So that's the book that I recently read. Let's see. Obviously this is as is, so hopefully if I now apply the books class, there we go. Lovely, and we can call that meta, maybe. Not sure why this comes up as empty. I'm not sure if it's meant to be there or you can apply something else, but let's just leave it as it is. Title, as I thought, this is a little bit duplicative, but never mind. Author, yep, cool. So this, I want it to be Cal Newport. Perfect, and it wants to create a new object. Fine, and that's actually a link which I can then deal with. Date started should hopefully be a date, which it is. Let's just put yesterday. And number of pages is 244. So there we have it. Now what happens if I click Cal Newport? That takes already the author tag. Excellent. Let's put his name in here again just to keep the duplication theme going. Excellent. So let me just go back to slow productivity. I guess here I could put my book notes or something. blah, 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 whatever. And if I click on the 5th, that goes to the journal page, and then we still have the link references down here. It's all very similar. And let me just do a new one. Let's go to tomorrow. No, it doesn't matter. Let's stick here, and what we'll do is we'll call it the Midnight Library. New page, yep. And in fact, what we'll do this time is we'll create the author. Let's do this. By Matt Haig. Let's see if this works. So, read the book Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Cool. Let's click on Matt Haig. Obviously comes up just as a page, but what I want this to be is take the author class, which it does come up. Excellent. And we'll put that in here. And now if I go back, or I click to the Midnight Library, obviously I need to associate this with the books class. That comes up here. I'm now regretting putting the title on every page. Author. Now, why does this not come up as Matt? So I was expecting this to come up as Matt, but it does not. Why is that? What if I type it in? Author should be a page. It is a page. Let's just try that again. Author should be a page block with tags. Isn't that what we've just done though? That it is a page. Is it because it's missing this? It's definitely here. Ah, so it comes up as test. So where is that test? Here. Alright, yeah, this is slightly confusing, so hopefully there'll be some onboarding, because obviously I didn't realize that the first one is actually the title or the name, so you don't need the name tag or the name option property within it, because the first one should take the name. So now if we go back to the Midnight Library and we click here, and there he is. Okay. Perfect. Date, let's just do starts next week, and then pages, I don't know, 150, whatever. Perfect. So now let's just try that one last time and see if it actually works. So if I go here and I put, let's do that. So now I click on this, I associate the author. That works, although that needs to be here. This is redundant and pointless. I then go back to my journal. I'll try stolen focus. We'll associate this with the book. Again, I guess what I should do is this goes here, this goes here. There's the name, perfect, date started, and 155, fine. Okay, so as we found out, the title is actually pointless on all of them. So good thing is that now what we can do is, rather than having to go through every single book page, let me just tweak this quickly. So we put this here, and we'll put, rather than meta, we'll put that. So each of these pages, as you can see, this one has title, title. We would have had to previously go through each page, right click or do something, and then delete. But hopefully now if I go to this class, right, there we go. So that's the names of the pages. This must be the one that I created as a template type thing, which maybe isn't necessary, fine. I've also then got it down here, okay. But what I actually wanted to do is go here and let's delete title. Are you sure you want to delete this property? Yep. And what we'll do is we will add a new one called genre. Yep, and we want it to be, let's just do text. And I don't like the name date started. I actually just want it to be started. Let's see if this works. And this is the date. Oops. I started reading the book. Let's see now. Okay, that comes up as a description. Fine. Let's close this. And moment of truth. It's still here, which is not right. So that changed, the started changed, the genre was added, but it didn't actually delete the title. So I don't know if that's by design. It's definitely removed it from here. What if I go to template? It's definitely removed it from here. So I guess it's a safe proof way that you don't delete a property by mistake and then it updates all of your data and all of your pages. I guess it's a way that it doesn't add it to new ones. So if it changes the name, that will be changed in the properties. If you add a new one, that gets added throughout. Let's just check that. Genre started. What was the other book? Stop Productivity, Midnight Library, and still in focus. Yeah, so it changes it. If a property is just changed and edited, it will update it. If it's a new property, it will update it. But if you're deleting something where I guess there's a value, it will keep it in for posterity, I think. So that's not too bad. That's a good way of doing things. So that all works. That seems to be actually pretty good. And what we can do, let's just go to tomorrow, just have a clean page. Let's do a quick query. Let's see how that works. So similar sort of thing as we have now, query, yep, we can do it manually or we can click on the plus and do it. With this, what we want is, let's just try, it's definitely a property. These are a bit messy, so hopefully there will be a way that we can hide these. I mean, I guess we can sort it, but what I don't know is how do I now go back? I can't, so I guess I need to ESC and go back here. So yeah, each time, unfortunately, you have to exit the whole thing and then start again. So hopefully that will be changed and there'll be a back button. So anyway, we're doing properties. Now, there's a few which we created, pages, name I can't remember, author we did, title we did, and a lot of them which are system generated, although the order is a little bit haphazard. So hopefully that will change as well. And what I actually wanted to do was create a query. Let's just do author. Oh, cool. So there's the three authors. Again, I don't know if now I clicked the wrong button. I don't know how I would go back. ESC just exits out the whole thing, so never mind. So let's just do that again. Author, and let's do all of them. All right, excellent. So that's, and in fact, I thought we had a status, but that seems to be AWOL. Why is status? Anyway, let's not worry too much. How do I go back? So we have the query. We can do it again in a table. This probably needs a bit of work. I'm sure the devs know about it because it spills over. There's there's no separations. I don't know if it's just a theme maybe. No, it's a little bit clearer but not great. So hopefully that will be fixed. And what we don't want is, let's just get rid of created, updated, and tags. We don't need that. That's fine. That's fine. Pages. I'm not sure why there's two. Our page, where it's coming from, and pages, the number of pages. Fine. We can probably get rid of block as well. Excellent. That doesn't look too bad. Can we scroll these? No, you can't. They're stuck. No worries. And what happens if I add a new last book? Let's do that, and we'll just do this the quick way. Books, yep. Author is Ben McIntyre. We'll do a new option. Started, pages 384. Genre, drama. Let's just do that. Okay. So if I now go back to my journals and I go to tomorrow, dates it automatically. Obviously the title, it's taking the title because it's on some pages, but then when it's been removed and I've created a new page, it doesn't have a title field. So that obviously needs to be looked into. I mean, I guess it's a good way so that you keep what you had and you don't lose it, but it does make things a little bit strange when you're looking at it in this way. And in fact, so that was author. Can I then, how do I change? If I just want one author, can I do that? Yep, so in a very similar way, the query just does the and. So property is author and the property of author is Ben McIntyre. I guess we could have done that in just one line and get rid of all of this. And that should be the same result. Yep. Okay, so it does seem to work as we kind of would expect. And the good thing is, what I just noticed the other day, in fact yesterday, is this is the web version. I think it's called this. So what we can do is if I go to this page and I get rid of that and I find a PDF and I upload it, does not work. Why did it not like it? Okay, it does now. So there's the PDF. So I don't think we used to be able to do this within the web version. It could be wrong, but in a very similar sort of way, we can now highlight text. Oops, not that much. And then create the reference, and we can do the same thing here. I forgot which one is the area one, but never mind. Let's just do this. Oops, let's cancel that. There was there used to be an area highlight. What's this one? Is it? Definitely not. Close that. Okay, anyway, there used to be an area highlight, but now I just don't see it, so maybe that's something that will be worked on. And if I just click, let's get rid of this. If I just do this and highlight and put it here, that then does the same things as we would expect. Jumps to the page. Oops. And obviously here I messed around with it, so ignore that. And if I jump to page 38, which was term life insurance, it jumps to that. So it seems to be getting there. That one for another day, as it's already been about 25 minutes that I've been rambling on a monologue. This is, now this has changed as well, the all pages. I said that would be quiet, but obviously that goes out the window. So we've got 64 objects, page name, these are the pages that we created, the type, so we can sort by that, that's good. That's a big improvement to the current all pages, which is unusable, to be honest. We can sort it by tags. Why is there only 2 though? There should be more. Where's the other guy? Why doesn't this one appear as a tag when it is an author here? I am not too sure of that one. So we'll leave that. Backlinks, that's good, so you can sort out. And then there's the created time and although how can I scroll across? There is no scroll bar. So again, some improvements or tweaks needed. So as I've got a touchscreen, I can do that, but it needs a bottom scroll bar. And why some of them have books, why some of them have authors, some of them don't. Is that just a different order that it was created in or not? And what I hope is if I do page name and I go to one at the bottom, so that goes to the bottom. Yep. Okay, all pages. So I've now sorted it. Although now, why is it only 29 when it was 64 a second ago? I click anything different? I was here, no. All pages. Okay, don't really know why the numbers changed so considerably, but anyway, never mind. So it's now sorted by page name. I click on the last one, fine. I go back and it just sorts it by default, I guess, the last created or updated, which is not great if you've obviously got more than 20 pages, because you can easily scroll, but if you have more than that, it'd be nice that it brought you back to where you were. So I click on ZZZ, I then go back to the old pages. It will stay around the ZZZ mark rather than going up to the top, because if I want to do something alphabetically, I now have to do that every single time and go back. But that's already a big improvement. And then obviously there's a filter, there's a search, and some more properties that we can add in, remove. Now that I'm just a bit confused of why that changed, but anyway. Cool. So that's it. That's the tag didn't appear for one of the authors because this one does not have a tag. So author does not have the tag by default. When I created it within the table of the author, within the book as the author, it seems to add the tag by default. And if not, it does not. Interesting, something to play around with. So there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, hopefully you love it, and you can see the big improvements that are coming to Logseq. And if you've got any questions, please do just let me know, and we'll try and answer them or not and get confused. So thanks very much for watching. Bye.